Good evening, and thanks to the organizers, especially Dr. Rana, my very dear friend. I cannot say no to him and indeed it's an honor. And I see all the Sanjeevs here on the dais, and thank you all. As Dr. Sibal said, it was very nice to see how the teachers are respected. In fact, we should give another round of applause to that. I see many of my dear friends and my teachers also here, who are here assembled, so it's a great evening. The few things that I can add to your nephrology and the beautiful name Avatar is I'm reminded of an instance where the famous nephrologist called Epstein committed his life to hepatology, and I being a hepatologist, and he was the one who initially described all this hepatorenal and the concepts in that. And we thought in our liver institute, maybe we have hepatonephrologist or nephrohepatologist as a unique branch. These people, I see Dr. Mathur, Suman, maybe General Verma, they do close to 1,000 procedures in a month, and they're very, very active with about 200 plus dialysis in the liver patients in ICUs. So the need of a symbiosis is there. Another area where nephrologists got excited and hepatologists got excited was the hepatitis C and the renal disease CKD, where the Delhi Nephrology Society took a lot of lead, and we probably have SOFO being used in a big manner thanks to their efforts. I would like to ask some questions to you people because of my involvement with Medical Council of India. In my earlier assignment in 2010, I was able to move a small regulation by which the age of teachers from 65 was raised to 70. And that I thought was a very useful, and many of the senior teachers can work even if they retire from government in the colleges. Now we have put up 26 questions on the website of Medical Council. I request you to go through them. These 26, the last date is August 2. Each one of you, please read those questions, how we should do assessment in the colleges, what should be the teacher-student ratio, can a professor have 3 students, like Anupam said, we need so many nephrologists, so you need about 2,200 cardiologists in a year. You need about 1,100 or so nephrologists to be filled in. How do you fill in? So can we increase the number of students per teacher? So that's one of the questions. And then how do you maintain quality? So by God's design and some of our push, the entrance, the raw material has been standardized by NEET, National Eligibility. Now we need an exit exam like you have in the US. You have a board across the country. So I hope. So then it is not important how many students a teacher has. He has 3 or he has 4. As long as his students pass and perform at a national level, the product is assessed. No issues on that. So what is intended is that you please read those questions. Each one of you may request. One of the question is, that doesn't concern me right now, should we raise the age from 70 to 72? Do you think it's exciting? It is. The teacher's age from 70 to 70. One of the question is, if you are working in the US and are you in a university as a faculty, can you be a faculty in India? So right now you have to take this license or that license. So how do you overcome shortage? So one of the is, like you have all these people who have been lucky, we are lucky they can come here, but can they come for longer? 6 months, 3 months, can they teach a course or not? So I would like you to answer whichever way, I can't bias you. But one of the ways is that teachers overseas can teach in India off OCI card or whatever you call them, can they teach in India? So there are several of these questions and I would encourage you. I know this is not the forum, but since Dr. Rana asked me to speak something related to Medical Council, I thought I will. We have been appointed for a short period by the Apex Court. We do not know how long, but we do feel that at least through you, all your teachers, all your students, please make a movement so that we can make things better. We may not, but we should try at least to make. Two more things are important from nephrology point of view. As Dr. Rana said, this society which you have is on access. So one of the things is, how do you get delegates? You have a problem of getting delegates, because the companies have to sponsor. How is the role of pharma to CME? How is the transparency of a faculty to his work? So these are two. If I am in US, I charge. When I was at Yale in 1988, my one of my senior professors was Harold Kohn. Harold Kohn at that time in 88 used to charge $4,000 for 1 hour lecture. And he would have 2 or 3 at least in a week. But it was all written clearly that I charge $4,000 for 1 hour lecture and I pay tax on that. Can we have that system in India that each one of you charge X amount, but it is available on my conflict? So these are issues which I want to try to resolve. Pharma gives money, without that you don't have any conference. But how? You can't support a delegate. You can support by dubious methods 5 moderators and 5 chairpersons, and that's probably the way we are running. I would encourage your association to kindly write if you have difficulties or if you have solutions. How do we move forward? People in Mumbai, people in other parts of India, I guess, face it more than they face it in Delhi, where it is easier to have these people. So that is one request from the organizational point of view of these CMEs. Second, the credits that you get, are they really genuine credits? And if they are genuine, they must be recognized by all across board. So I have requests from the association of 2 things. If you get credit, are there any problems? And if they are, how do you add it on to your CV or on your work or on your license programs? Having said these kind of issues which relate to medical education, I also have a feeling that nephrology as a society should have some middle level. You have a DM nephro or you have an MD medicine. There is nothing in between. You think that if you need so many dialysis centers, don't you think you should have PDCCs, which SGPGI or some other places have, which is a 1-year course? And I think you should try and see. Everybody need not be a perfect nephrologist, but he can still be very useful for the society at large. I feel with these things, I would like you to have a very good meeting. From a hepatologist point of view, I always want to know what is the renal reserve. How do you assess the renal reserve in a sick kidney? And this was also done by a hepatologist by amino acid infusions long ago, but I still don't have an answer. We also work a lot on urine metabolome, urine as a biofluid. We have several papers running under editorial insult. I think this would also be an area where nephrology, especially like you, can do. With these thoughts, I thank you for having called me and giving me this unique honor. All the best.